Hello everyone and welcome to a new video, Self-Sex Education. Welcome. Hope you're doing good. Hope you had a great week full of sex and good things. So we are here with another manifesto episode. And in this one, I want to give you a little bit more information about myself, how my background and how everything that I have consumed got me to this point. So I want you to basically find out a little bit more about myself. And then we'll go to the computer where I will show you a sex coach AI. And also we're going to be doing the Q&A. So the first author and first book that I'm going to be speaking about is from Deida. He basically has a lot of books, some of them a little bit more spiritual. I do realize that, but I do feel like by consuming this author and in terms of understanding the male organ, the female organ, also the biology and anatomy, it gave me a little bit of trampoline for the rest that was to come because I would then get to love this universe of sexual education, etc. So I feel like David Deida is a great place to start. I'm not going to recommend one or two books. I think you should just investigate the author. Then I have on my notes here, so that I don't say the names wrong, we have Sex at Dawn, How We Mate, Why We Stray, and What It Means for Modern Relationships. This is very cool because it also has a little bit of history to it. So it's more like facts. It's more like realistic things, how we have evolved as human beings, and etc. And then it has a part for the modern relationships. All right, so now for the part of the movies or films. The first one that I'm going to suggest is a series that caught a little bit of mainstream attention, at least in my opinion, which is Sexual Education, which I think it has already 3 seasons. It's a very good, informative, and also comedic show that makes you feel interested in characters, but at the same time, you are learning stuff about sexual education. Of course, it's going to get to a point where we feel like there's always an agenda in the each episode because we're speaking about a topic, and some of the things are a little bit forced because you're like, okay, here we go to speak about another topic. But the basic thing that they're trying to accomplish, I think they accomplished it, and I feel like it's a great show. And also the characters are very good, at least in my opinion. But again, I think you can learn about some things that you may not even know in a more fun, comedic way, and then you can research online, which is great. It's like a little trampoline. It's fucking amazing. Finish this part of visual content. I will tell you the Before Trilogy, which has nothing to do with sexual education, and yet sexual education is about romance. So I feel like the Before Trilogy really captures what a romance story is. It has a lot of dialogue, it has a lot of interesting, simplistic, natural speech and dialogue, and that is the main part why I think the Before Trilogy should be watched by everyone. Now, some people are going to think it's boring, or the story, or the characters, or whatever, the narrative, but communication is key, and I feel like it represents communication in a great way. I'm also going to give a small shout to the film, which is June. I'm going to leave it down below. It's with a known actress. She was in Inception. I feel like it was a movie that not so long ago, I know that they transmitted and they played it in the school for kids. Also because it teaches you a lot in terms of not so much pregnancy, but sexual education. It's not only being sexually educated in bed, but in life. So I feel like it's a good movie for that. Okay, guys. So this was a little bit of my background, some content that transformed my life and basically was the trampoline for this area of sexual education. And now I'm going to be showing you the Q&A and sexual education AI coach. Wow. And now, guys, we're going to go to the Q&A part. But first, we have Be Educated AI Sex Coach. So basically, this is an app or a chat that you can use completely for free. Okay, all you have to do is type Be Educated, and you can ask him anything. I'm going to ask him, how can I reach an orgasm? And let's see how it works. And as you can see, this is like ChatGPT, but specifically for sex education, so it should be a little bit more trustworthy. That's it. And then I'm also going to ask, am I good looking? Because this way I'm asking something a little bit more weird, and I want to see his answer. All right. Determining whether someone is good looking is subjective based on individual preferences. So he goes throughout all this. And then he actually asks you a question. What are some qualities about yourself that you find attractive? How do you define beauty? It's interesting because it interacts with you. So, Beducated AI Sex Coach is completely for free. Use it. As a girl, how do you masturbate? I love how she put the ads in here. I'm a girl, right? But I haven't had much self-expression when it comes to masturbation. I love how she uses I haven't had much self-expression. Very good. That's very healthy to use it like that. I do clit stimulation, but never anything else. I don't think I've ever come close to finishing. I don't think I've ever have, in fact. I was just wondering if there was something to do about it. Is it normal? So I think it's practically and perfectly normal. Because why does it say my account has been permanently banned? Okay, great. Fucking hackers. So back to the question. I'm so sorry. I was just taken off of my game. I think it's perfectly normal that you don't know how to masturbate or you don't know what sort of pleasure you enjoy more. For that, I think the basic tips are go online, research on porn, okay, watch some porn, it's completely fine. And then you have to experiment on yourself. And in this case, you have to experiment with yourself, with your own sexuality. And that's it. You just have to try. Okay. But the basic tip on how do I find out what I possibly like? Go online. Search. It's completely fine. All right. This question I think comes a lot. It's very it's very repetitive, but yeah. Pregnant from fingering. So I performed oral sex on my boyfriend and then swallowed. An hour goes by, I ate food and drank coffee. After an hour, my boyfriend put his finger in my mouth and then fingered me. Immediately after, I used spermicide. Okay. I thought the word was something else. Spermicide because I remember there could be leftover sperm from my mouth. Okay, is it possible to get pregnant via fingering, etc.? No. Okay. Basically what happens is that the sperm doesn't have that long time to live. I'm going to call it like that. I'm going to read the comments so that you know that what I'm saying is not bullshit, but this question comes up so much. I swear to God, so much. And it's normal to have those doubts. But no, you're not going to get pregnant. It doesn't happen like that. So do not worry. Although, yes, be careful. And she did say that she was careful. So completely fine. Okay. I'm going to read just the first one. No, there's no chance of being pregnant under circumstances like that. The only extreme rare chance that could happen is if the sperm was put directly on his fingers and he performed the action right then and there while in the moment. That's it. But this question comes up so much. It's crazy. All right. Another one with how to masturbate. We're not going to do it like this. We are going to go to the orgasm and fainting. So I have this question. I am a man, and from time to time I stimulate my prostate. There's the answer. But today I did it in the shower, and I had, I think, the most intense orgasm of my life. Except that right afterward, I thought I was going to fail, and well. Okay, I started to feel very hot, and my head was spinning, and my vision was a little blurry. Okay, etc. So I poured cool water over myself and did breathing exercises, but it lasted like 5 minutes. Is this a simple hypotension? Okay, I'm going to give you the straight answer, which is there might be something to do with your diet, to do with what you had done during that day. It might be other variables, but the simple answer is this: it's fine. Although if it keeps occurring, it shouldn't be fine. But for what you're telling me, it's fine. If you stimulated your prostate, and it gave you a real G-spot orgasm, trust me, man, you're gonna feel these things. You're gonna feel weird, and you're gonna feel water out of it. You're gonna feel wild. So this is completely fine to happen. Although if it is something persistent, maybe there's something there, and maybe because there's even other cases where people have weird migraines and weird headaches after ejaculation. I have that because it's so intense for me that then I just feel a huge pressure in my head. But do I see it as a bad thing? Not really. Again, if this continues to happen, it's different. But for now, just enjoy it, mate. I'm just going to read the first comment. Blurry vision and temporary hearing loss is a common reaction to an intense orgasm. The rest sounds like a vagus nerve response, which can easily be hit during anal play. That's it. All right, so we're just going to do one more because I'm loving these questions. Okay, I think we're going to do this one. Also a question that comes up quite a lot. I have a question about bleeding. I used to use my brush to masturbate. A lot of people use it. In this case, female more often than not. I know it's not the best, but it's the only thing in my reach, and I haven't done it for at least 2 years. And just using my fingers instead today. Okay, so I used the brush again. Oh, okay. So basically, she has used her fingers for 2 years, and then today she used the brush again, and it was all normal. I came as usual, and it didn't hurt. But when I pulled it out, there was blood. I don't think why I'll get it. I would get blood. Okay, she's asking if maybe there's a cut inside. So I think the thing is that if you were used to just using your hands and then you're going to use a brush, trust me, something is going to go wrong, okay? Because your internal stuff is not used to that. I say it from my own experience because if I do any anal or whatever foreplay, and I'm calling it foreplay because I usually it's more in the foreplay and not so much as a that's the specific thing that I want to do. And I don't know why I just said it, but whatever. It's just for some context. That's why I said it. The foreplay in you inserting something somewhere, if you're not used to it, it's not going to feel that good. So I think the blood, I don't think it's that bad, but you should be careful with using that because you could be hurting yourself, especially because you are not used to it. Okay? I'm just going to read the first comment. Brush handles are not body safe, and I recommend you set aside, especially if you're seeing blood. Yeah, micro tears and are hitting your cervix too hard. Yes, using a toy for penetration, whether anal or vaginal, is a key safe or is a key to safe play. I'm sorry. It is also important to use the lube. Yes, I actually forgot about lube. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And now we're gonna go to the other subreddit. All right, so we finished this video in the subreddit of seduction. Now, hear me out. This is not pickup artist stuff, but I think sexual education also has a lot to do with how you seduct others. Not in a manipulative way or a psychology way, but in a realistic way, because we have to speak with people, we have to be social. So I feel like investigating this subreddit sometimes can be interesting. We're going to finish with this question, which is very big, but it's not even a question. It's more like fundamentals, the pillars of maxing your date life. So we're just going to read to this and I'm going to give you my opinion. All right. What a lot of men don't accept is that dating is competitive. It is. Despite modern conveniences and technology advances, survival of the fittest still applies. Yes. So there are 5 fundamental areas that man should have to maximize in order to have an abundant dating life. Okay, let's see. Max your fitness, health, grooming, and fashion. Okay. Then max your inner game. A lot of guys put effort in their physical health and appearance, yet don't work on developing their inner game in terms of self-perception, identity, and confidence. Okay. Max your lifestyle. The more you live a life of authentic love, passions, work, the better you will be. Women will be natural drawn to you as a result. Okay. Dating, online dating, and text game. Okay. And then your date game. Okay. Most guys focus on how to get the date, but perform poorly when they actually are on a date. Okay. Okay. So I feel like I agree with all of these. And the main point that I see here is more the education part, educating yourself sexually, educating yourself in your confidence, in your own sexuality. Now, I am not focusing on the part of the self-improvement and pickup because I do think it has a lot to be said. My main channel was created because of that. Okay. And this is a cheap plug to my main channel, but it is true. And that's how I evolved in my life because I wanted to improve myself and pick up women. The basic point is this. I do think that these pillars are amazing for men. Yes. But there's another thing, which is and are circumstances. Even if you have all these things in consideration and you are locking them down, you may still not be getting the best results because it depends on where you are. It depends on your environment. Your environment really dictates the people that you are attracting. Now, I'm not telling you that you should live in a community that's all flowers and amazing. What I'm trying to say is that even if you do everything right, but you get it wrong in terms of a partner, in terms of your objective, whatever it is, don't beat yourself up, literally. Don't beat yourself up mentally because love and the romance, the dating world has a lot to be said. There are people who get to know and know more about each other in a month than others who have been years in a relationship. So these pillars are a good baseline, are a good trampoline, but trust me, there's a lot to be said in this universe of the dating world and sexual education and interplays, complex interplays of all the variables and humans. Because yes, we are humans, and the basic point is that we are all very complex. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope to see you in the next one. If you have any suggestions, please leave them down below. I do promise that in the next video, we will start with a topic. I felt like I just wanted to give you a little bit of a background for you to get to know me a little bit more and not just start with all the fucking material and all the fucking slides and stuff. No, what I mean is that not just start with the topics right away. I want to give you and be as transparent and as natural as possible. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. And remember, dating does not have to be a puzzle, and we can have healthy and meaningful relationships. Thank you so much. See you in the next one. Bye bye.